Hello, guys, and welcome to this week's episode of the Limitless Landscapers podcast. I am talking about ways that you can turn this year's landscaping clients into next year's revenue. It's picking up on a thread that I started on my Instagram, and I think if you haven't seen it, it's more than important and will help with sales going into the new year. So, if this sounds of interest to you, let's go to the show.
As the co-founders of the Landscaper Circle, we help you get more money, time and freedom to become limitless. Through our experiences as fellow landscapers and our tried and tested methods, if you want help with your marketing, managing or growing your business, you've definitely come to the right place. If you're a landscaper, garden designer or supplier to the industry, then hit subscribe so you never miss an episode. Now, let's get back to the show.
Hello, guys, and welcome to this week's Limitless Landscapers podcast. I'm Paula, your host, as always, and we are officially in Christmas week. I am recording this on the day that you will be hearing it, Wednesday the 20th. Lots of open jobs to finish. Great. Christmas party on Friday, and obviously it's half term. So everything is going off. I haven't done any wrapping, which is ever so exciting. And I've noticed I have no wrapping paper. So I will be shooting to the shops to do all of that. The fun things we get to do at this time of year. However, it's also very exciting because we're all having some time off. And I don't know about you, I am really, really ready for some time off between Christmas and New Year. But similarly, I am also really looking forward to 2024 and what that's going to bring. I've already been doing some business planning per se, not official business planning, because I like to do that with Mike as he owns the other half of this business with me. But I also have been getting a little bit woo and doing some cosmic ordering and some wishes to the universe. So we've been doing our bit of woo stuff, and we'll be doing the proper planning next week, probably after Christmas. So it's an exciting time. I love goal setting. I love looking to the future. I'm more of a visionary than anything else. I tend to hate procedures and processes and systems, although I am working on that because I'm implementing quite a lot into my business at the moment. But I am loving the visionary part of being an entrepreneur and running my own business because we get to have fun looking to the future. And I hope you guys have started thinking about and maybe even started setting some goals for 2024 for your landscaping and design businesses. It's really important to get them down on paper, and it's really important to begin starting to visualize them happening because we need to get you into the right mindset. So today I wanted to give you one sort of starting point for generating clients because essentially over the last few weeks, one of the main topics of conversation I've been having with TLC clients, with other landscapers, just generally in the industry, is the fact that leads have gone fairly quiet. Now, they have. However, the flip side for us as a business is we're currently taking bookings for May onwards 2024 for our build teams. Now, that is almost unheard of at this point in the year. Normally we're January, February at most, but we've actually got some really great jobs booked in for next year. However, the leads are much lower this December than I would anticipate looking at previous years. But it seems to me that the quality might just be improving. And I've discussed ways of lead generation. I do think you need to think about marketing strategy going into 2024, actually planning it and then executing it, obviously, are the keys. And also sales strategy, sales process. Last week's podcast was all about leaving money on the table, the sales process, basically closing and following up. And that's really important too. If you are struggling with that, drop me a DM and I'll try and help as best I can. But today I want to talk about 6 ways that you can turn landscaping clients already that you have into revenue for next year. Now, I think this is important because if you're anything like me, you have a spreadsheet with all your clients on. If you don't have that, you need one. I like to call it an inquiry log. And it's a fancy name for just basically a list of names and numbers of people that have inquired with you. And then subsequently, you can log when they've booked in site visits, bought from you, etc. If you've lost them, why, etc. And focusing on the sales that you've made this year, how can we get more out of them for next year? Because ultimately, we want the easiest way possible to get more sales in the door. And if you're struggling with that, this is the podcast episode for you. Because it's the lowest hanging fruit. You've spent all this time and energy marketing and selling to these clients. Can they then help you generate more clients going forward? I'm going to go through 6 ways that they potentially can. I did do a post on this back at the beginning of December, actually. So you might have seen it on Instagram. If not, listen in because it's quite important. So, number one, it's all about fostering the clients that you have, and it's basically client engagement. We need to maintain regular communication with existing clients. We need to check in with them on a periodical basis to see how they are doing, whether their needs have changed, and if you can provide any additional services to them. So, for instance, real life example, I started Aura Landscapes as a pure paving company. Fast forward, we're now, 14 years next year? Oh my God, this time has flown when you're having fun, hey? But essentially now we have only just adopted our own in-house planting team and soft landscaping and maintenance team. So therefore, we can now offer additional services to our existing clients, such as planting, maintenance, planting plans, soft landscaping elements, sprucing up in that sort of way of their existing gardens. So the way to do this are newsletters, making sure they're regular. And also, the most important thing about newsletters is you don't want to make it boring and uninteresting for the client. You need to make your newsletters engaging, is the most important thing. So they need to be engaging and they need to answer a question. So it can't just be a pure sales newsletter. It must have some backbone to it. It must have some information that's going to be relevant to those clients. And then, of course, it's got to have sales within that. The second thing you can look at is client feedback. Actually making the time to get the feedback from clients. If you're anything like me, we finish clients, you're on to the next one, and unless you've got a process and system in place, you often forget to request the feedback. You often forget to see if they'll do a video feedback bit for you or something on social. So it's really important to put into place some kind of system or process that will remind you that when it's finished, you are requesting feedback, whether that's an online review. I would definitely recommend getting your Google reviews up and together and getting clients to do review that way. You can do other platforms like Facebook and House, or you can ask if they'd be happy to do a video testimonial for you that you could then utilize in your social and on your website. The benefit of getting this feedback from clients is not just obviously to improve your rankings within Google and to make people know that you are a 5-star service rather than a 1-star service, but it's also important to use the information to understand what worked well with them and what areas need improvement. It's great also for identifying the pain points of clients as well, which then you can utilize in your marketing, in the messaging and the kind of marketing messages you are putting out there to continue to get new clients with the same pain points, because they will basically feel like you're talking to them, which is obviously the key with all marketing. Number 3 is about adding value. Look for ways that you can add value to your current offerings. This can include sort of extra services, more personalized solutions, or exclusive benefits if you have longer term clients. I mean, it depends on the business. It depends whether you've got, for instance, maintenance clients. You could offer discounts for long-term clients or some kind of added benefit, maybe a VIP service. You could look at utilizing if they want certain teams, well, they might want to pay a premium for a better team working on their project. That's something that someone discussed with me a few years ago. I haven't actually utilized this, but it's something that's always sat in the back of my mind, whether they want the actual business owner there. Whether they're best placed to or not is another question. But yeah, additional upselling which is point number 4, upselling and cross-selling, the extra services you can provide. Now I am able to offer my clients maintenance as an upsell. Now that can be on the soft side or cleaning on the hard landscaping side. So there's opportunities to cross-sell and upsell that will complement their current project and services they bought from you. If your clients have had a really positive experience, they will be very open to having you back to complete any upsell, i.e. maintenance services. It's about thinking about a little bit outside the box, really, of what you can offer and what you can upsell. And also then having the good sales skills to be able to do that, and also the timing of it as well. When people have bought from you and they're in that happy phase, then is a really good time to upsell something else that's of value. I'm not saying just pushy salesperson, but they're in a good mindset and frame of mind. Or if you're asking for feedback as well and they've had a really good experience, they're more likely to want to buy from you again. Number 5 is looking at exclusive offers and loyalty programs. You can consider creating exclusive offers and loyalty programs for repeat clients. Again, this depends on your type of business. The standard landscaping model where you go in, you do a project, you build it and you go, this won't particularly work for. But if you've got repeat clients, then it definitely is a possible plan of action for you, because it can incentivize them to continue working with you and it can incentivize them to refer others, which is obviously the key. When we are going about doing this, doing our day-to-day job and servicing our clients, then really we're looking at giving them such an exemplary service that they're happy to refer other people onto them. That's like where the word of mouth comes in. And number 6 is the planning and marketing around all of this. Now, I said to you about everyone needs a marketing strategy going into 2024. You really do need to create a strategic plan for this. You need to outline specific goals to retain clients, to expand your business, and to grow your revenue. Obviously, that is key for all of us. We want to make more money. We want to create more profit in the company. We want to grow our businesses. And it's really important to look at your sales and marketing going forward into the new year to do this. And it's about looking at how you can utilize existing clients to develop that growth and what part they play in your marketing strategy. But it's also looking at other lead generation ideas that happen anyway, or new ideas that you haven't tried that you want to put some time, effort, and potentially investment into. And also how this is going to work. Who's going to do it? Because if you are a one-man band, then it all falls to you unless you are able to outsource, unless you're able to employ somebody. So it needs to be thought about. So it needs to be planned, really. That's where the planning element comes into it. You need to plan your marketing. You need to plan the investment that it's going to take, and you need to allocate the time that it's going to take, because we can always put together a great marketing strategy, but if you are not going to action it, what is the point? It's a complete waste of time. If you haven't got the budget to allocate to these weird and wonderful ideas that you might have, again, what is the point? So it's about being honest with yourself, honest with how much time and investment opportunity you have. Maybe it's going back to your cash flow. I love to mention this on every podcast, but maybe you need to run the numbers and make sure that you can allocate that finance and time to it. Maybe it is all about then looking at your next hiring position or outsourcing opportunity. We do need to plan, and we do need to have a marketing plan. And then we need to look at the sales as well, because it's all right having leads come in, but if you cannot close a sale, then that's the issue. I hate to say it, but if you can't sell, then you are not going to have a successful business. Remember, the key is to build and nurture strong relationships. So the whole point of going back to existing clients is that you continue to build and develop these relationships to the point where they are happy to refer you all of the time. They look to no other landscaping company when they have any bit of work done, wanting to be done. They come to you. They're more likely to become repeat clients if they are happy clients, and they'll become advocates for your business. And essentially, they will reduce the cost of acquiring new clients because you are retaining clients for longer. So financially, it's beneficial. Repeat clients are cheaper from a marketing and sales perspective, always. So keep that in mind when you are planning 2024. If you need any help, that's what I'm here for. I'm the landscapers coach. I'm here to help you build a successful landscaping business and grow it if that's your goals. I would definitely suggest that you look at a marketing plan, you review your sales processes, and you think about how you can acquire or utilize your existing clients to acquire new ones or to generate more business easier and quicker. And like I say, just give me a shout if you need any help on any of the above, because that's what I'm here for. Next week, I'll be coming to you really with a bit behind the scenes podcast of planning and reflecting and strategy going into 2024. Perfectly placed because it will be just before New Year. And I know New Year tends to be when everyone sets their goals, everyone puts together their plan for 2024. I'm currently starting today with my 13 wishes. A little bit of a ritual, bit woo. If you're interested in finding out more about that, drop me a DM and I'll tell you about it. Otherwise, I hope to see you on the next episode of the Limitless Landscapes podcast. Please share the love. Please share this with anyone that you feel would benefit from listening to me ramble on about customer acquisition and existing clients. And please give me a 5-star review if you can. Every little helps. And subscribe, of course. That's how we get the podcast out to more people and help more people that might not have heard of me before. So I'm going to love you and leave you. I hope you have a wonderful Christmas. I hope you have a lovely break, and I'll see you on the other side.